Lunchtime. Let's see how crowded the noodle place is. If it's crowded, then we'll get something else. Could always go to Mox, but I don't like Mox as much as I like my ladies. Tsim Chai Kee, and it's fine. What beef wonton yellow noodle? Yeah. Coke light. Coke light. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. There we are. Yay, Tsim Chai Kee. And we are waiting for our noodles to arrive. There they go in the bowl. He's draining them. Here goes my soda. Thank you. All right, you guys. Thank you. We'll have more. 1 month. Pretty much a month from today, I think. Not sure. Haven't booked the flights yet. Washington, D.C. Yeah, the shippers come July 3rd. And they'll get on a slow boat from China back to America. We'll take a lot of stuff. Most of the electronic items we have to leave, though, because 220, 110. I wouldn't know what dog week is because I don't live in the United States where it's legal to eat your dogs. Yes, we're moving to D.C. 43 American states still allow, through a loophole, the right to eat your pets in your home. That's not the case here. Have I ever met Ming Na Wen? No. Do I follow her on Instagram? It's really good. The noodles are still cooking though. I'll tell these ladies that I'm leaving, yeah. They'll know I'm going. But I'll come back one day. They'll still probably be here. Yeah. I hope to visit a lot. Yeah, we'll be here every couple of years. We're permanent residents here, so we're actually looking at keeping an apartment here. I'm not sure. Now coming back to DC. Can I rent it out? Yeah, I could probably. Airbnb is a little complicated. The government isn't really a big fan. There's not a lot of salt, but it is kind of salty. The broth is salty. We do rent. I thought I rented our place. Well, let's scope some in America. It just won't be as interesting. Yeah, vegetables. In fact, there's a vegetable market just around the corner. We can go walk through it after this. We're going to sell one of our houses in America. Yeah, anyone wants to buy some waterfront property on the Chesapeake Bay, we're going to sell our house. Yeah, McDonald's. Chipotle. Five Guys. The street artist Invader made a couple Hong Kong Fooey street arts here in Hong Kong. He sold a replica for $250,000 US. Al Gore did go to that school. If you like bok choy, you should try baby bok choy, which is the smaller version of bok choy. Easier to put into dishes. That was a shrimp dumpling. It had 4 pieces of shrimp inside it. Tempura is fried. That was not fried. It's just too good. Yeah, we're all moving back. Tsim Chai Kee noodles. They're so soft you don't really need to chew them. They just sort of fall apart. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi. Look at that. Oh, yeah. All right, okay. So that was my first lunch. Not really starving. I miss American barbecue. There's only like pulled chicken or pulled pork sandwiches. We don't really have that here. Mexican food, I kind of miss. I'm not a huge Mexican fan, but I mean, I like Mexican food like the next guy. I miss Jimmy John's. I really like Jimmy John's bread. I paid about $5 US. Hey, thanks for the super heart. So it's 46 Hong Kong. That's about $5.50 American. I haven't told them yet. I will actually go down one day with my wife, and she can translate my goodbyes and stuff like that. Jonathan J.K. does still scope, not as frequently. Oh, look who's coming. God, we're going to miss all this. No, June 9th, David Guetta. God, he got a beard. Axwell. So we got Freddie LeGrand. This is a pretty good thing. Galantis. Oh, wow. So these are some pretty big names. David, I am moving. I'm moving July, early July. Who like vegetables? We're going to go into the market now. Durians. Why I'm in Hong Kong? I live here. I've lived here 8 years with a wife and 2 kids. Wow. Okay, so these are $50. These grapes, $55 US. I'm going to move to Washington, D.C. So 1 bushel of grapes is $55 US. Those are from Japan. Those are really, really posh. These tomatoes are $9 US. My kids are going to school in Washington, D.C., near the northwest part of D.C. Those are $9 watermelons. $9 US for those watermelons. Oh, where's the noodle man? Let's go by the noodle shop, yeah? You guys want to see the noodle guy? He's down the next alley. If I can remember which alley. Yeah, not this one. Sorry. This goes up this side. So I'm going to go up the other side alley. The wharf. Honestly, I'm not looking forward to living in DC again. I've lived there over 20 years, and I'm just kind of done pretty much everything. And, you know, after you lived in Hong Kong, well, nothing really compares to Hong Kong. We're going to make do. It's for my kids, though. Ben and Jerry's, actually 100 Hong Kong, actually like a small Ben and Jerry's is like 50 Hong Kong. Cheaper prices. Yes and no. My son's private school in America is twice the price of private school here in Hong Kong. And rents in where we're going to live in DC aren't exactly that cheap. So all in all, it's not really that much of a financial windfall, us moving back. Oh, is he close? No, he's up here. Noodle Man. Yeah, I absolutely miss him. Cheaper fresh fruit and veg. Yeah, fresher. I'm not from like China. They'll be like American farmers. So this is the noodle guy. What kind of noodles does he have today? He's got some ifu noodles, yeah? Some ifu. Hey. Where they go? No, not today. Flour, salted duck eggs. How long will those last?
Around a week.
About a week?
Maybe up to 2 weeks.
I'm going back to America in a few weeks.
My goodness, why?
I don't want to go.
You enjoy in Hong Kong. Don't bring back you too far from Hong Kong.
I know, it sucks.
You're under your feet, you're your home.
This is my home. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the wife. Yeah, such is life.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I come back before we go.
Then how long will your wife come to Hong Kong and enjoy it, huh?
Yeah.
Why not?
All right, see ya.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Bonsoir, friends. Bonjour. Welcome to Hong Kong. That's my noodle man. And I was wondering how long those ifu noodles would last. He said only 2 weeks, so I wanted to take some of those noodles back on the boat. But I don't think it was. Yeah, that's what you get learning English from British people, I guess. Oh, there's a new dumpling house up here. Oh, yeah, I wonder if it's open. No, I can't believe I'm leaving Hong Kong because no one really. I mean, it's a fact that very few expats really are like. If you want to leave Hong Kong, you just go. Yeah. Very few expats who stay here a long time want to leave. The Chinatown in DC sucks. There's some out in the suburbs, but they're not as good. This is another noodle guy, but I don't like his noodles as much. There's a cat. Check it out. Meow. Hello. Hello. How are you? So, a real Chinese market. This is the official Chinese market. All Chinese markets must have a cat guarding the front entrance of the store. So that's how you know you're in an authentic Hong Kong Chinese market. If you see the cat. So they keep any critters from coming into the market. And there's an Instagram you guys can follow called Chinese Whiskers. Chinese Whiskers, and it is all about the market cats of Hong Kong. He's published books of photographs of these cats that guard over all the markets. The cat is to guard against any rodents or insects coming into the market. His job is to jump down and defend the market. It's his territory. So go to the Instagram, and there's an Instagram called Chinese Whiskers. Let me see if I can get a good picture of this guy. Chinese Whiskers. Oh, my camera's all effed up. Are there a lot of rodents? No, because every store has got a cat. Every store has a cat, literally. There we go. See the cat. Meow. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. That's how you know you're an authentic Hong Kong street market. Because it's got a cat. Gotta love it. Love cat. Meow. Is that sanitary? Oh, It's kind of sanitary. I mean, would you rather have rodents? Otherwise, you have to have some stupid door that opens and closes like an American grocery. Are these guys open yet? I don't know. Dumpling house. I don't know when they're going to open. I wouldn't want to pet it. It was actually a little bit. So there's probably one here too. Just don't see him. He's hiding in there. There's always cats. There's always cats in all the markets. I don't know if his ear was clipped for that or he just got in a fight with another cat. It's funny I talk about rodents because last night I was watching Ratatouille. And I swear that's probably one of the most moving endings of movies is when Anton Ego tastes the ratatouille and is transported back in time to when his mom made him ratatouille. I mean, that was just poignant. Love the end of that movie. I was watching, so we watched Ratatouille last night. I say we, but actually it was just me. My wife fell asleep. Kids were already asleep. And so I just like watched and then I rushed to the ending. Anyone who's ever had their old, like, basically peasant food, but cooked by mom, understands. Listen to Okay, so where do we go now? Pan-fried buns, Korean tacos, fish and chips. Do I even get a second meal? Do I need a second meal? I'm not really that hungry. Maybe if I walk around and show you guys the city. It's gonna rain for the next 10 days, basically. What's she got? She's got like Wellington boots, and she's wearing a bathroom carpet rug. Are there jobs for Americans here? Yes, actually, here's a couple American girls working here as models. No, there's plenty of jobs here. The issue is, can you get a visa? Go to the seedy side of town. We see that's a problem here. There's not really that many seedy bits. Hong Kong's a very, very safe city. Yeah, the 12-year-old trap. Hey, Sonoma. I have family in Santa Rosa. Yeah, views always jump up. Is it hard to get a visa? It depends. I mean, you're not going to get a job here as a carpenter or a plumber or selling shoes in a shoe store, yeah? You are going to get a job here as a banker or a lawyer or an engineer or some sort of advanced skill or experience. So it just depends on you. It's extremely expensive to live here. The average family in my son's international school spends about $11,500 US dollars a month on rent, 11.5 US. Most people I know are spending at least $3,000 a month, and that'll get you about 300 square feet, 3,000 US for about 300 square feet. If you want to live in the expat areas, if you want to go farther afield or out into the more local areas, you can get by just a tad bit cheaper, but not tremendously so. Milk runs about $14 a gallon. Sometimes I get a burger fry and a Coke at a place and it runs me 23 US dollars. It is raining, yeah. Most of the Chinese women in banking. No, I am keep mining Bitcoin. Many of the Chinese women are involved in the creative industries, marketing and other fields, but they're pretty much involved everywhere. Mathematical imbalance: for every 1,000 single women, there's only about 750 single men. Hey, Argentina. It's a real problem. So much so that Hong Kong has been rated the #1 city in the world to be a single man, and one of the worst cities on the planet to be a single woman. Mine a Bitcoin takes, oh God, a long time. If you can mine one over a year. Can you keep your Hong Kong residence when I go back to DC? Yes, I actually will be. Yeah. Well, I work for myself, so I pretty much ask myself to transfer wherever I want. Just like honey. I do have an umbrella. I am not walking on sunshine, that's for sure. I'm walking on squished cockroaches, drowned cockroaches, I would say today. Ooh, I love this street. Pottinger Street. So guys, we're going down Pottinger, Pottinger. Pottinger is the costume market of Hong Kong. Oh, look at all the magnets they're selling today. What do they got that's cool? They always have some new, interesting crap. Hey, he's supposed to be in Singapore. Our mistresses accept, there is no one-child policy in Hong Kong. Never has been. Mistresses, most of the mistresses are over in the mainland. You don't keep them here in Hong Kong. It's too expensive. Have you seen the Ip Man? I've seen the actor that played Ip Man a couple times. Yeah, I pass by here a lot. This sidewalk is sort of a nice connecting, because if I go down farther, the next sidewalk is just packed with people. But if I go down this one, it's just a few tourists and Donald Trump masks and stuff like that. Yeah, is the food too rich? What do you mean? Is it expensive? Depends what you're buying, yeah. Ip Man is the man who trained Bruce Lee. He is a famous kung fu master. And there is a movie, Ip Man. There's like 3 movies called Ip Man that are actually rather famous if you like kung fu movies. If you're in the mood for a kung fu movie, I can recommend Fist of Legend with Jet Li. Fist of Legend, which is a remake of Fist of Fury. Fist of Legend was pretty amazing. In fact, the guys who made The Matrix, they saw Fist of Legend and they immediately hired the entire Kung Fu crew from Fist of Legend to do The Matrix Kung Fu. Would you please show us the East Coast? Yes, I will. You've seen all of them, all the Ip Mans. This is the problem. This is where umbrella battle. Look at this one. She's got like a huge umbrella too. If you were to take back one thing which reminds you of Hong Kong, what would it be? It would be a food, obviously. It'd be like some noodles or something. But if I could transplant one thing about Hong Kong to the United States, I would say it would be walking. Pretty much all the U.S. is boring compared to Hong Kong. Pretty much everywhere on the planet is boring compared to Hong Kong. The idea of walking everywhere is a great concept. You can walk to, well, later today my kids have to go to the doctor, so we're going to walk to the doctor's office. Everyone has an umbrella because we got a typhoon off the coast, yeah? We got a tropical depression making its way towards Vietnam. And when it hits Vietnam, it's going to turn right 90 degrees and swing over here. Singapore is different. Singapore is more spread out. Singapore is more Americanized. It is a car-dependent kind of town. It's also hot as Jesus in Singapore. I mean, it's like Christmas Day and it's like 93 degrees. Yeah, I mean, that's not what I want. I'm doing all right. 93 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. Look at these puddles. There's not that many people out today because of the rain. Good evening. Yeah, there's a McDonald's. I don't know what the special is today. They had shrimp burgers last week. Let's see what they got today. Anything ooh, they got new stuff. New specials at McDonald's. What's this? Jumbo bucket of wings. And potato wedges, bubble tea, the sharing box. These are the line characters. Have you guys ever used line? Yeah, the line. What's that? German chicken sausage burger. Boy, they're getting ready for the World Cup, aren't they? No, this is just a regular McDonald's kind of loaf. German chicken sausage burger. I'm going to pass on that. We do have a gourmet McDonald's called McDonald's Next, but it's in another part of the city. It's in Admiralty, the next district over. It's not that far of a walk, but it is raining. You like bubble drinks? I don't. Just the whole, I don't know, just the little texture of tapioca, kind of like, ew. Better than KFC. Have you had the German chicken sausage burger? I haven't. But maybe we'll do a taste test. I know you guys love my McDonald's taste test. I haven't done one in a while. I say hello. Well, in Mandarin Chinese you say ni hao, but in Cantonese Chinese, which is the predominant language / dialect here in Hong Kong, you say lei hao. So I am just walking about taking my time, looking at the city. I mean, dude, it's raining. There are women in miniskirts and tight t-shirts. What would you be doing if it was raining and there were women in tight t-shirts and miniskirts? Huh? What, sitting at home on your computer in bed eating Doritos? No! I'd be walking around the city. Let's get real. I'm married, not dead. I gotta go high. Yeah, there are way too many women here. I mean, it's crazy, crazy. In fact, actually, Coffee Meets Bagel says that the women here are like, quote, the most desperate in the world because they check their dating app more frequently here, several times a day, versus women in the West. And I heard Anthony Bourdain was here. I think I actually saw him filming. Never really seen him on TV. I hear an ambulance coming. Something's coming. Fire trucks. I love fire trucks. Oh yeah, big full-on response. Get out of the street, guys. It's a fire truck. Oh, this is dumb. Go around. They're going up the Long Way Fong. It was a red light and there were so many people in the way they just couldn't get out. That's the thing about Hong Kong. There's no way to pull to the left. You know, if someone's like, get out of the way of the fire truck, you're like, well, where do I go? They are required to pull over, but there's only 3 lanes. There's only 3 lanes of traffic, so there's really nowhere to pull over to. So they don't use drones, but they do use motorcycles. They have several fire truck motorcycles and ambulance motorcycles. So if you have there's like a fire on like a car fire, they can dispatch a fire motorcycle, or they can dispatch paramedics on motorcycles. The noodle place he went to, I'm not sure which one he went to. Cow Key, maybe? That's a pretty famous one. Underground Blood Sport. Yeah, I used to win it, but we're not supposed to talk about that. No, I have no idea. How many movies I've seen Bloodsport? Like a bajillion. How many times I've actually seen Bloodsport in real life? 0. Oh, let's go this way. God, there's like nobody here today. It's like empty. Yeah, this is empty. Okay, this is like empty. This is like Sunday afternoon crowds. Is it really overcrowded? Well, it's different. See, 75% of Hong Kong is undeveloped. Jungles, mountains, beaches. You can go and walk for hours or even days and just be out in the countryside. But then the 25% that is developed is home to 7.4 million people. And they are on top of each other. We all live in towers, buildings, we all do things. And it's actually quite nice in some regards, because when you have such an amazing concentration of people per square mile, you have an amazing concentration of shops and restaurants and services per square mile, such that it's very easy to walk. And because people walk everywhere, there's people on the street, i.e. witnesses on the street, and the amount of crime is drastically reduced. So because there's less crime, more people walk. Because more people walk, more shops stay open late. Because more shops stay open late, more people walk. And it's just this really nice cycle that keeps the city very safe, very alive, very fun. Clang, clang, clang goes the trolley. Whoa, there goes that one, and there goes another one. Oh. That's a new video game on the side of that bus. So we're across the street from Armani. It is a rainy day in Hong Kong. Let's try to get across this sea of umbrellas. Whoa. I actually saw someone get slammed by a bus here once. They leaned forward just as a bus was passing, and well, that was it. Game over. This is the first serious calling. Hang on, let me call her back.